Italian olive oil aru bhejor gunere সমৃদ্ধ Jack olive oil body oil.
NEHU students launch indefinite hunger strike demanding removal of Vice Chancellor over alleged misuse of power. Vice Chancellor Professor Prabhashankar Shukla, unfazed, says will not step down. After weeks of lull, reports of firing once again in Manipur. Over 40 to 50 rounds fired as armed miscreants clash with forces in Imphal East. Stakes high as parties prepare for Gambegre by-polls in Meghalaya. Chief Minister Congress Sangma silences critics over wife's candidature from seat. Fighting the poll on my own, says NPP candidate Meab Chandi Sangma. Donald Trump secures historic second term as US President. Unprecedented mandate, says Trump, as he thanks Americans. Prime Minister Modi and world leaders congratulate Trump. And Union Home Secretary Govind Mohan reviews interstate border MOUs of Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh with Assam. Flood situation in Assam also discussed with key stakeholders.
Evening Prime is brought to you by
Yamaha, Call of the Blue, Indian Super League, Let's Football,
and
Patanjali Dant Kanti, full fresh. We start the bulletin with the top focus. The crisis has escalated in one of the region's premier universities, NEHU. Pressure mounts for Northeastern Hill University Vice Chancellor Professor Prabhashankar Shukla as protesting students have launched an indefinite hunger strike outside the Vice Chancellor's office demanding his removal. The hunger strike, led by the NEHU Students' Union and the Khasi Students' Union NEHU unit, accuses the Vice Chancellor of misuse of power and mismanagement. Well, the students are also calling for the removal of the registrar and deputy registrar, appointment of a pro-vice chancellor for the Tura campus, and improvements in essential amenities. The students have stated that their hunger strike will persist until the vice chancellor, registrar and deputy registrar step down. Well, this latest student-led protest follows an indefinite strike by the NEHU Non-Teaching Staff Association, which cited delays in recruitment for advertised positions as the reason for their agitation. Well, earlier, the NEHU Teachers Association has also voiced support for the students' demands, calling for the removal of Registrar Omkar Singh and Deputy Registrar Amit Gupta, labelling them errant, irresponsible and inefficient.
When we entered the office, we asked him questions of the incompetent officers in charge and holding high posts in NEHU. We don't get any favorable outcome from the discussion. We have shown him issues of our memorandum which we have submitted on the first week of September. And regarding that, we asked him question on why has it not been processed yet, and we did not get any response. Later, we showed him the same memorandum which has been submitted in the year of 2022. Vice Chancellor, he cannot give any response. Then he just smiled and then he said, yes, it is my fault. He admitted. Then during our last protest too, he admitted that he might be biased toward during the recruitment process. He admitted that he might have been biased. So the thing now is that when he has been biased during the recruitment process, he should now take action, proactive action to take down those he have put in office without any proper recruitment process.
We have discussed yesterday with the Vice Chancellor, and we have prior to our discussion yesterday, we have put forward multiple memorandums actually, and we have put a deadline on Monday, the 4th of November. But on meeting him yesterday, he was not willing to fulfill our demands as per the memorandum. One of the demands in that memorandum is the removal or the termination of the registrar and the deputy registrar. And since he was not capable of agreeing to our demands, then we have decided that we will make another demand that the Vice Chancellor has to step down because he is not willing to agrees to what we are or even listen to what we are demanding. So we have decided to have a hunger strike, indefinite hunger strike, and we have decided that this hunger strike shall continue and will continue unless and until the Vice Chancellor, the Registrar and the Deputy Registrar resigns from their posts, or we will move to high authorities where we will demand that some intervention from the central government to remove these incompetent individuals who are misusing their powers as leaders of the university.
আমি নেহসু আৰু কেএসইউৰ লগত মিলি এই প্ৰটেষ্টত জড়িত হৈছোঁ। যিজন ভাইচ চেঞ্চেলৰ আছে আমাৰ ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিৰ, তেখেতে নিজৰ পাৱাৰ সম্পূৰ্ণ মিছইউজ কৰিছে। কাৰণ যিজন এলিজিবল নাছিলে এবছৰ আগত, তেখেতক কি ধৰণে এবছৰৰ ভিতৰতে এলিজিবল কৰি ৰেজিষ্টাৰ পদত নিযুক্ত কৰিছে। কাৰণ এইখন তেখেতৰ ইউনিভাৰ্চিটি নহয়, তেখেত ইয়াত কৰি আছে কাৰণ তেখেতৰ মতে এইখন ইউনিভাৰ্চিটি চলিব নালাগে। তো সেইটো আমি ডিমাণ্ড কৰিছোঁ।
Similarly, protests were also staged at the Nehu Tura campus.
The main reason we are protesting here, this is the first time you get to see here all the students come together and protesting in demand for the removal of Vice Chancellor. Why? The reason why we are demanding removal of Vice Chancellor is because he is doing all illegal things, such as previously he also had appointed the registrar illegally, which is not through the proper channel. That's why we demand the removal of registrar as well as the removal of we demand the step down of Vice Chancellor.
Meanwhile, Vice Chancellor Professor Prabhashankar Shukla remains unfazed by the developments and has reaffirmed that he will not be stepping down from his role, as his appointment was made by the President of India, who holds the authority to make any decisions regarding his tenure. Shukla added that he has communicated the current issues to the Union Education Ministry and dismissed accusations of being anti-tribal. Well, in response to the demands for the removal of several key officials, Shukla clarified that such removal cannot take place through arbitrary decisions. He acknowledged that the concerns raised by Nehuta, Nehunsa and Nehusu have been forwarded to the government, including the President of India. However, no directive or communication has been received. Shukla has also expressed his willingness to initiate a dialogue with student representatives to address their concerns.
I'm not going to resign anything. Okay, the first thing is. Second thing is, my appointment was done by President of India. It's my appointing authority. She can take any decision. Definitely I will follow. Whatever the decision they are done are going to take by the President of India, definitely I will follow. As per system and norms, I cannot directly even entertain the office of the President of India. I can apprise all the things to the Secretary, Education, Government of India. Already apprised all the things. I don't have the power to directly even discuss or write anything to the President of India. Surpassing the Secretary or Minister Government of India. I can write directly to the Secretary Government of India. Executive Council can come or government can constitute the committee. Because unions already wrote a letter to the President of India, Prime Minister of India, and also the Secretary Education, or I can say the Minister of Education. Definitely the government is going to take any decision. I will follow the decision of the government.
Alright, shifting focus to Manipur now. Well, after weeks of lull, reports of violence have once again come in from Manipur. Reports of intense firing came in from Itham Moirangpurel in Imphal East, where the situation continues to be volatile. According to sources, armed men targeted residents of Itham Moirangpurel, prompting an army column stationed in the area to quickly respond. And as per sources, tension escalated around 1 p.m. following intense crossfire between armed miscreants and security forces. No reports of injuries or casualties have come to the fore so far. Alright, Lucky Bossing joins me live at this point in time from Imphal. So, Lucky, reports of intense firing came in from Itham Moirangpurel in Imphal East. So, is everything under control at this point in time, Lucky?
Yes, Priya. Today at around 1 And in this afternoon, yes, armed miscreants from the Kangpokpi Hills have targeted the civilians of Itham Moirang Puril, and yes, a column of Indian Army who have been posted there retaliated against the armed miscreants. And yes, the situation is under control right now after 2 hours of heavy cross-firing between the armed miscreants and the security forces. And yes, as the retaliation was very much heavy from the side of Indian Army, so armed miscreants ran away, and yes, situation is under control, and such operation have been conducted at the particular area by the joint security team, that is the CAPF and Indian Army. And yes, as of now, Indian Army have been keeping a strict vigil and to protect the life and the property of civilians at the particular area. And yes, many of the civilians have also shifted from that place as the tension was very much high. And yes, still despite Indian Army deployment at there, people feel scared that armed miscreants might taking the chance of the darkness and will re-attack again to the civilians.
So, Lucky, any update on what was the trigger for the incident, and also are there any injuries?
Priya, as of now, we could not have much information regarding the triggering of the incident, but yes, day before yesterday, there were Thadao convention held at Guwahati, and yes, there were some anger between some miscreants as Thadao convention have made a statement regarding the support of war on drugs and the support of an implementation of NRC. And after that, armed miscreants have again they have been provoked by the convention's resolution. So after that, yes, they have been disturbing the peaceful scenario of Itham Moirang Puril, and after the attack, after the defense from the Indian Army, yes, situation is under control right now. No injuries or no casualties have been reported as of now, but yes, tension is still high at the particular area. Priya.
Right, Lucky Boy Singh, thank you so much for all those details.
পতঞ্জলি কচ্চি ঘানি বিশুদ্ধ সৰিয়হৰ তেলত বিশুদ্ধতাৰ তীব্ৰতা এনেকুৱা যি লৈ আহে চকুলৈ পানী, আৰু যেতিয়া পৰিবেশন কৰা হয় তেতিয়া সকলোৰে মুখলৈ আহে পানী। সোৱাদ আৰু বিশুদ্ধতাৰ সংযোগ পতঞ্জলি কচ্চি ঘানি সৰিয়হৰ তেল।
শ্যাম ষ্টীল ফ্লেক্সি ষ্ট্ৰং TMT বাৰ,
কাৰণ TMT কেৱল ষ্ট্ৰেংথে নহয়, ফ্লেক্সিবিলিটিও আছে।
TMT ফ্লেক্সি ষ্ট্ৰং, তেতিয়া ঘৰ হ'ব চিৰদিনৰ বাবে ষ্ট্ৰং।
बॉलीवुड से लेकर हॉलीवुड तक रियल लाइफ से लेकर रियल लाइफ तक देखिए मनोरंजन जगत की हर खबर हर शुक्रवार, शनिवार और रविवार दोपहर 2:30 बजे और हर रात 11:30 बजे।
News to keep you ahead. Evening Prime every day at 7 p.m.
Alright, now on to the big Northeast Live exclusive from Meghalaya. NPP candidate for Gambagre, Meab Chandi Sangma, is confident of winning the election on her own. Despite being the wife of Chief Minister Congress Sangma and the daughter-in-law of late Purno Sangma, Meab Chandi feels that this is her battle and she is not nervous to take the plunge. Here's an exclusive conversation from Ground Zero in Gambagre. Well, this is Meab Chandi's first exclusive interview ahead of the by-polls. Take a look.
We have with us NPP candidate from Gambagre constituency, Mrs. Meab Chandi Sangma. Well, you are making your political debut. Are you nervous, excited?
Not nervous as such. It's not like I'm new in politics because my husband has been in this field for so long. But being a candidate is different. So yeah, of course, it's a lot of work.
So when did you start your groundwork for your political career?
For the by-elections, as soon as the seat was empty and as soon as the party had decided that it would be me who would be the candidate, then I started working from that time.
So what is the factor you are banking on? The PA Sangma, family legacy, your spouse, the Chief Minister of Meghalaya, NPP, the ruling party's candidate, or Mehtab Chandi as an individual?
Of course, the party backing is there. So the legacy, my husband being the national president, it's all there. But I'm fighting this election on my own. So as an individual, and obviously I had to make my own grounds. So it's that's how we're working on it.
So with what issues you are moving on the ground for campaigning?
There's not much, really. I think it's an easy task for everybody to understand the fact that people are wanting development, and for us being in the ruling party and the opposition having an anti-incumbency because they have been on the seat for quite some time now. So I think people are looking for change.
So how do you see the fight? It will be a quadrangular fight?
Triangular, not a quadrangular, but I think definitely the fight is going to be against NPP and TMC and INC. I think three parties are becoming strong. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. There has been criticism of you given the candidature being the spouse of the Chief Minister. So how will you silence your critics?
I think that's just like that's what opposition will say if that was the point for anybody else, because obviously I'm the wife of the Chief Minister. But as I mentioned earlier, that there has been a consensus in giving me the ticket as a candidate. So, and we had done the followed the proper process and the procedure. So it was not my husband's decision, and the call came from the public and from the people. So I literally, for me personally, I didn't think that it would be time for me to enter politics now, but because there was a genuine demand, so that's why we went ahead with it.
Last question. How confident are you, and with what margin you are expecting to win?
That only time can tell, but I'm not overconfident at all. Every election is tough, and I take this as a challenge, and everybody is working very hard, and obviously I'm receiving a lot of support. All the MLAs, all the ministers, and and my husband as well is campaigning very hard for me. But as I said earlier, every election is tough, so we have to fight well.
So we have seen that in Garo Hills, the campaigning has always been very low-key affair. This time also it's not different. So how are you campaigning?
See, this is a by-election, so it's very different from general election. And right now it's like all energy is focused on one a particular place. So obviously the election is more charged up, and as it's the same for any other election. So I guess that's how it is.
Thank you very much.
And NPP National President and Meghalaya Chief Minister Congress Sangma gave inside details of why the party fielded Mehtab Chandi, his wife from Ganbagre. Sangma revealed that he was initially reluctant to the proposal. Listen in why.
Spouse is a candidate this time, so there is also some criticism on that. So how do you silence that?
Basically, we never expected that there will be a demand from the grassroots level for my wife to contest. In the beginning, the leaders from the grassroots came. They demanded. I said it's not possible because obviously we have a lot of responsibility. She has a lot of responsibility, so she can't. Then all the intending candidates of the NPP, they came. They said that, look, we have talked with each other, and only if Madam contests, then we will all support. So then that pressure came in. Then all the party leaders and all the other MLAs also from the party came and repeated the same thing. So it was more of a bottom-up approach approach than a top-down approach. The decision was not made by us. The decision was based on the demand from the grassroots level, from the people, from the intending candidates of the party, and from the party leaders at the grassroots level.
Sangma also said that the people of Gambagre want change.
The election is not far away, so how do you see the mood on the ground?
We are seeing positive mood. People are quite excited to work with the government, and we have seen that Gambagre constituency has been not getting the kind of development attention in the past for whatever reason. I'm not here to blame anybody for it, but a lot of people desire that there should be a change at the grassroots level, and so we are seeing positive response. But again, as I said, we are very, very clear that when it comes to election, we are never overconfident. We never take anybody for granted. We will continue to work hard and ensure that we lead to victory.
So with what issues you are moving in for campaigning, and how do you see the contest?
Mainly development issues. Mainly development issues. We want to focus on bringing a change at the grassroots level. Gambagre is a very, very big constituency, so a lot of areas have to be covered. So we are working on that. Competition, as I said, again I repeat, we are very clear that every opponent is a competition for us. We never take anybody lightly. So I don't want to say it's going to be party A or party B, but for us we work in a way that we treat everybody as a formidable opponent, and we work with that mindset, and we'll continue to do that.
All right, our Chief of Bureau Arindam Das joins us live at this point in time. So Arindam, NPP candidate Meab Chandi definitely wants to shed the tag of contesting the polls only as Chief Minister Congress Sangma's wife. And she is confident of contesting the polls on her own. Arindam.
Yes, Priya, the fight for Gambagre is going to be a prestige fight for all the candidates who are in the fray, particularly the TMC and the NPP, because NPP has fielded the wife of Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Congress Sangma, Meab Chandi Sangma as the candidate, and on the other hand, TMC has fielded the wife of former Minister of Meghalaya as well as former MLA of Meghalaya, Janit Sangma. Her name is Sarodini M. Sangma. So definitely this is going to be a prestige fight for both the parties because Sarodini M. Sangma is currently the only female member of the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council, and that's why it's very important for her to win this election. On the other hand, it's a prestige fight for Meab Chandi also, since she has been given this huge responsibility for the Gambagre constituency, and given the fact that she is making a political debut this time. And I have particularly asked her when did she prepare for her electoral debut. She said immediately after the seat was vacated, she started her preparation, and the call came from the party itself. It was not a call from the Chief Minister, or it was her call that she will be the candidate for the constituency. So the call came from the grassroots level. So as the Chief Minister was saying, it was a bottom to top approach, not top to bottom approach, and that's how the NPP decided to field Meab Chandi Sangma as the candidate from the Gambagre constituency. Now, talking about the Gambagre constituency, this constituency has around 33,000 voters. So narrow margin will matter in this by-election, because it's though the Chief Minister's wife Meab Chandi Sangma has stated that it's going to be a triangular fight between the Congress candidate, the NPP candidate as well as the TMC candidate. But yes, GHADC member and the Vice President of the Meghalaya unit of Bharatiya Janata Party, Bernard and Marak, is also there in the fray from the Bharatiya Janata Party. So it's going to be a quadrangular fight, and it is going to be a prestige fight for the Bharatiya Janata Party also, because we have seen that Bernard Marak was earlier given the ticket to contest from the Tura Lok Sabha seat, but he has lost that election. And in fact, the previous MP Agatha Sangma had also lost this election, but the seat was vacated because Saleng A. Sangma, who was previously with the NCP and then he joined the Congress party, he was elected as a member of the Lok Sabha, and after the seat went vacant, and that's why these by-elections are being held. So basically, if you see the Gambagre constituency, it's a strong bastion of the Congress party, particularly to say it's a strong bastion of Saleng A. Sangma, because he had won earlier as an NCP candidate, and that's why it's that individual influence is there of Saleng A. Sangma, and Saleng A. Sangma also seems to be confident. The fight between the TMC, NPP, Congress, and the BJP candidate. Yeah.
And also significantly, the NPP candidate says that it will be a three-cornered contest, Arindam. So clearly she is not giving Bernard Marak a chance.
That's right. She is not giving Bernard Marak a chance, but we have to consider the fact that he is a GHADC member over the Garo Hills, and in fact he was also given the ticket to contest the Lok Sabha elections, but he was not able to win. But definitely he will have some hold. So there is going to be a vote division, and as I have mentioned that this constituency consists of mere 33,000 voters. So only a small margin will matter in this by-election, and whichever party manages to come out of that division of votes, that candidate will only have the last laugh. So if we see if it's a triangular fight also, then also there is going to be a vote division, and the margin we can say that it would not be more than 2,000 or 3,000 votes that the winning candidate will win this election. But yes, we have to wait for the counting day, that's 23rd of November. But till then, the battleground is heating up here in Gambagre, and all the candidates in the fray are doing their best to win this election. And as I had mentioned, that this is going to be a prestige fight for all the parties who have put their candidates in the fray for this by-election for the Gambagre Assembly constituency.
Right, right. Arindam Das, thank you so much for all those details.
बॉलीवुड से लेकर हॉलीवुड तक, रियल लाइफ से लेकर रियल लाइफ तक, देखिए मनोरंजन जगत की हर खबर हर शुक्रवार, शनिवार और रविवार दोपहर 2:30 बजे और हर रात 11:30 बजे।
মুরসাল যেন কবিতা, কারণ ইয়াৰ চিৰ সংগী ইটালিয়ান অলিভ অইল আৰু ভেষজৰ গুণেৰে সমৃদ্ধ জেক অলিভ অইল বডি অইল।
কবিতাৰ দৰে চালে জগাই তোলে মনত নতুন সুৰ।
সম্বন্ধৰ নাই কোনো ৰাইট আৰু নাই কোনো ৰং, যিয়ে ফ্লেক্সিবল হয় সেয়ে ষ্ট্ৰং। ৰিলেশ্যনশ্বিপে হওক বা ঘৰ, সদায় ষ্ট্ৰং তেতিয়া হৈ ৰয় যেতিয়া তাত থাকে ফ্লেক্সিবিলিটিও।
শ্যাম ষ্টীল ফ্লেক্সি ষ্ট্ৰং TMT বাৰ।
TMT ফ্লেক্সি ষ্ট্ৰং।
তেতিয়া ঘৰ হ'ব চিৰদিনৰ বাবে ষ্ট্ৰং।
News to keep you ahead. Evening Prime, every day at 7 p.m.
তুমি 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 লগা প্ৰতিটো ধেমালি বুজালো বুজা এটি প্ৰেমৰে ৰাগিনী খাদু 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 লগা প্ৰতিটো কাহিনী
Republican Donald Trump has created history with a massive comeback in the U.S. presidential polls. Well, Trump has secured a total of 279 electoral votes, 9 more than the halfway majority mark of 270, and still has a possibility of gaining some more. Trump, who surprised political pundits with his sweeping performance in the swing states, termed his win as a political victory that the country has never seen before. The 47th president-elect assured the people of America that he will fight for their future every single day, adding that this will truly be the golden age of America. Trump added that this is a movement that nobody has ever seen before. Trump also congratulated his running mate J.D. Vance as he delivered his victory address.
This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country.
While Trump's running mate, James David Vance, in turn, termed Trump's win as the greatest political comeback in the history. He assured Americans that they would be witnessing the greatest economic comeback with the return of Trump.
Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America. And under President Trump's leadership, we're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
Meanwhile, the star-studded endorsements and venue-packed campaigns have failed to deliver for Kamala Harris, who managed to secure just 223 votes, with some states still being counted. Trump's victories in the battleground states of Pennsylvania, Georgia, Wisconsin and North Carolina proved to be a huge blow to Democrat hopeful Kamala Harris, who seemed unsurmountable and backed by heavyweights including the Clintons and Obamas. Moreover, in a significant shift in congressional power, the Republicans also gained control of the Senate for the first time in 4 years. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi was one of the earliest to congratulate Donald Trump after the latter's historic victory in the US elections. While taking to his social media account, Prime Minister Modi said that he looked forward to renewing their collaboration to further strengthen India-US ties. Prime Minister Modi further said that both countries will work together for the stability and prosperity of the two nations. It may be noted that just a few days earlier, Trump vowed to strengthen his ties with India and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, whom he called a good friend. Well, Trump, who has shown a keen interest in enhancing ties with India, has made public commitments to strengthening what he calls the great partnership between the two nations. Well, Prime Minister Modi's India First vision aligns with Trump's America First platform, with both leaders emphasizing domestic growth, economic nationalism and secure borders. Their similar ideologies have fostered an alignment of US-India interest, which could deepen further if Trump wins the election. And Trump's emphasis on strategic partnerships may lead to closer economic and defense collaboration with India, impacting areas from trade to military cooperation. With Donald Trump's comeback to the White House confirmed, congratulatory messages have flooded social media sites hailing Trump's extraordinary comeback against a star-backed Kamala Harris. Well, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer also congratulated Trump on the remarkable victory and expressed optimism that the two nations would work together for a greater good. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky also congratulated Donald Trump on his historic election victory in the recently held United States presidential elections. He recalled their meeting in September earlier, where they both discussed the Ukraine-US strategic partnership to end Russian aggression. Prime Minister of Norway, Jonas Gahr Støre, also congratulated Trump on his projected victory as the President of the United States of America. Well, Gahr stated that he was looking forward to continuing to strengthen their relationship with the new Trump administration. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also congratulated Donald Trump on his massive victory. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese also congratulated Trump on his extraordinary comeback. Besides French President Macron, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and other top world leaders have congratulated Trump on his significant comeback. Well, Hungarian Prime Minister Orbán Viktor hailed Trump's comeback as the biggest in US political history, a much-needed victory for the world, Orbán wrote on X. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen also congratulated Trump on his victory. Well, the number of Indian Americans in the US House of Representatives has increased from 5 to 6 in the current Congress. Well, in Virginia, Indian American lawyer Suhas Subramaniam created history by defeating Republican Mike Clancy and becoming the first from the community to be elected from the state and the entire East Coast. Post the win, Subramaniam said that he was honored and humbled by the fate the people of Virginia's 10th district have in him. Subramaniam assured to continue serving the district in Washington. All the 5 existing Indian Americans members have also been re-elected to the House of Representatives. Well, Sri Thanedar was re-elected for the second consecutive term from the 13th Congressional District of Michigan. He won it for the first time in 2023. Raja Krishnamurthy won the 7th Congressional District of Illinois for the 5th consecutive term. Expressing gratitude to the people of Illinois, Krishnamurthy vowed to fight for all other families that are pursuing their dreams no matter where they come from, how they worship. Another Indian American who won the contest is Ro Khanna. Khanna represents the 17th Congressional District of California. Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, who represents the 7th Congressional District of Washington State, also emerged victorious. Dr. Amy Bera, a physician by profession, is the senior-most Indian American congressman representing the 6th Congressional District of California since 2013. He was re-elected for the 7th consecutive term. Well, Moscow has firmly denied allegations of orchestrating false bomb alerts during the US presidential elections. Well, additionally, the Kremlin also dismissed allegations about a Russian scheme to plant explosive devices on aircraft bound for the United States. Well, responding to the US allegations, a Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokeswoman Maria Zakharova today suggested America to cure its own democracy. Her statement followed claims from US politicians who attributed hoax bomb threats at polling stations in key states to Russian operatives. Earlier, the FBI and other US intelligence agencies raised alarms over the spread of fake videos purporting to be from the FBI, one citing a fabricated terror threat and another alleging voting fraud among prisoners. Both were quickly debunked by authorities. In 2016 as well, Russia was accused by the US authorities of orchestrating cyber attacks and spreading false videos online to influence voters. The extraordinary victory of Donald Trump against Kamala Harris has triggered a massive paradigm shift in global affairs. Like all other governments around the world, China is also bracing for a change in its relationship with the United States. China has announced that it is all set to work with the newly elected US government on the basis of mutual respect. China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning told a regular press conference that Beijing's policy towards the US is consistent. Mao Ning stated that Beijing will continue to view and handle China-US relations in accordance with the principles of mutual respect, peaceful coexistence and win-win cooperation. However, Chinese strategists are of the opinion that Beijing is bracing for bitter superpower rivalry over trade, technology and security issues. Strategists said they expect more fiery rhetoric and potentially crippling tariffs from Trump. Some strategists think that Trump's high unpredictability makes it difficult for China to say that there is a fully formed plan to do and that it depends on what policies the Trump administration implements. Well, notably, Trump has proposed tariffs on Chinese imports in excess of 60% and ending China's most favored nation trading status. And analysts say the prospects of a trade war has rattled China's leadership. Iran today said that the outcome of the 2024 US presidential election would not impact the livelihoods of its people. Iranian government spokesperson Fatemeh Mohajerani's statement came after Donald Trump claimed victory in the presidential vote. Well, Arab and Western officials have told Reuters that Trump may reimpose his maximum pressure policy to heighten sanctions on Iran's oil industry and empower Israel to strike its nuclear sites and conduct assassinations. The Revolutionary Guards did not directly react to Trump's claimed electoral victory, but said Tehran and its allied armed groups in the region are ready for confrontation with Israel. He added Tehran does not rule out a potential US-Israel preemptive strike to prevent it from retaliating against Israel. Meanwhile, Iran's currency fell to an all-time low as Donald Trump clinched the US presidency again, signaling new challenges ahead for Tehran as it remains locked in the wars raging in the Middle East. The rial traded at 7,03,000 rials to the dollar, traders in Tehran said.
रियल लाइफ से लेकर रियल लाइफ तक देखिए मनोरंजन जगत की हर खबर हर शुक्रवार, शनिवार और रविवार दोपहर 2:30 बजे और हर रात 11:30 बजे।
पित्त कफ को जो करता है नित्य खंड खंड, अशुद्धता का भाव भी इसको न छू सके कभी। ये जीवनीय शक्ति है, इसमें न अतिशयोक्ति है। आयुर्वेद का ये सार है, आरोग्य का प्रकाश है। ये दिव्य है, अमूल्य है, पतंजलि च्यवनप्राश है।
মুরসাল যেন কবিতা, কারণ ইয়াৰ চিৰ সংগী ইটালিয়ান অলিভ অইল আৰু ভেষজৰ গুণেৰে সমৃদ্ধ জেক অলিভ অইল বডি অইল।
কবিতাৰ দৰে চালে জগাই তোলে মনত নতুন সুৰ।
সম্বন্ধৰ নাই কোনো ৰাইট আৰু নাই কোনো ৰং, যিয়ে ফ্লেক্সিবল হয় সেয়ে ষ্ট্ৰং। ৰিলেশ্যনশ্বিপে হওক বা ঘৰ, সদায় ষ্ট্ৰং তেতিয়া হৈ ৰয় যেতিয়া তাত থাকে ফ্লেক্সিবিলিটি।
শ্যাম ষ্টীল ফ্লেক্সি ষ্ট্ৰং TMT বাৰ।
TMT ফ্লেক্সি ষ্ট্ৰং,
তেতিয়া ঘৰ হ'ব চিৰদিনৰ বাবে ষ্ট্ৰং।
बॉलीवुड से लेकर हॉलीवुड तक
Is trouble brewing for Congress MP Rockybul Hussain? Well, Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma has taken note of a remark by Hussain stating that he had held many secure jobs through backdoor appointments during his term as Minister of State for Home in the Assam cabinet. Well, Chief Minister Sharma said that Rockybul's remarks will be probed as he had no authority to provide jobs to anyone. All right, so first let's listen into what Rockybul Hussain said during an election meet in Samaguri recently.
যিকেইটা চাকৰি দিলো সেইকেইটা আহি পেলাই যুঁজিব লাগে সিহঁতে ট্ৰেন্সফাৰ কৰা ভয়ত বিজেপিৰ কেপ পিন্ধি আছে এইটো হ'লে কি হ'ব আগতে কোনো চাকৰি নিদিব হয়নে নহয় কওকচোন মই যদি চাকৰি দিয়াৰ পিছত মোৰ যদি বিপদ হয় মই কিয় চাকৰি দিম সেইটো বিপদ নাই জানো মই চাকৰি দিয়াকেইটা এতিয়া টুপি পিন্ধি মোৰ বিৰুদ্ধে কৰি আছে এইটো দানা পানী খোৱা চব মই কৰা নাই জানো নহ'লেতো ইহঁতে চানাচুৰ বেছি টকা পালে
And this is what Chief Minister Sharma had to say on the remarks. Listen in.
বহু দিনৰ পৰা অসমৰ মানুহৰ এইটো সন্দেহ আছিলে যে ৰকিবুল হুছেইন গৃহ ৰাজ্যমন্ত্ৰী থাকোঁতে যথেষ্ট সংখ্যক লোকক তেওঁ বেকদুৱাৰেদি নিযুক্তি দিছিল আৰু এই বিষয়ে সেই সময়ত বহু বিতৰ্কও হৈছিল যোৱা দুদিন আগতে ৰকিবুল হুছেইনে নিজে স্বীকাৰ কৰিলে যে মই চাকৰি দিয়া ব্যক্তি এতিয়া তেওঁ কেনেকৈ চাকৰি দিব মন্ত্ৰীয়েতো চাকৰি দিব নোৱাৰে গতিকে মই পুলিচক কৈছোঁ যে এই বিষয়ে ৰকিবুল হুছেইনক ইলেকশ্যনৰ পিছত মাতি আনি সোধা পোছা কৰক যে তেওঁ কাক চাকৰি দিছিলে কেনেকৈ চাকৰি দিছিলে ৰাকেশ পালে চাকৰি দিয়াটো আমি জানিছিলোঁ আৰু ৰাকেশ পালে চাকৰি দিয়াৰ পিছত বৰ্তমান জেলতো গৈছে ৰকিবুল হুছেইনে চাকৰি দিয়াটোৰ বিষয়ে আমি গম পোৱা নাছিলোঁ যেহেতু তেখেতে নিজেই কথাটো ক'লে গতিকে বিষয়টো আমি এতিয়া চৰকাৰে পৰীক্ষা কৰিব লাগিব
On to Mizoram now. Well, in an unprecedented move, the Mizoram Football Association has taken significant steps to address corruption and match fixing in the Mizoram Premier League. To uphold the integrity of football, the association has taken disciplinary action against clubs, officials and players involved in match fixing and corruption. Accordingly, 3 clubs, 3 officials and 24 players have been penalized, with 2 players receiving lifetime bans. Well, the association has also discovered spot fixing scandal involving betting from Vietnam and Southeast Asia. MFA's decisive action follows investigations with local law enforcement agencies revealing corruption in the recently concluded Mizoram Premier League. Well, the association has been in contact with the All India Football Federation, which has expressed support for the decision.
So the MFA has recently conducted an integrity workshop after rumors of betting surfaced. So how successful do you think was the workshop?
The integrity workshop was a kind of a game changer for us because one of the clubs, they spoke with us the next day and they told us that the modus operandi of the bookies, or I don't know what to call them, the investors, was totally in sync with what their own, with what was being said in the workshop. So they pulled out from the agreement, and because of that, the club also ran into some difficulties because I think 8 players left after that, and it also sensitized the players about the match fixing. And it's very difficult to gauge whether these activities which are happening comes under match fixing. So that's why we have termed it corruption.
Okay, so what are the measures and regulations that the MFA is planning to take up after the scandal?
We have to be more careful, that is paramount, and especially about investors from outside the state, because these investors are not here for the development of football, but they are here to further their own monetary gains. And we have not taken a decision as an association yet. We will come to that, but there are lots of opportunities to work with integrity partners. There are entities who are specializing in this kind of flagging matches. So these are the kind of things which we will look at, and so that it does not happen again. And we have to be careful, and we need to spread more awareness.
All right, in some other stories now, former principal of Guwahati Medical College, Dr. Narendra Modi, passed away at a hospital in Guwahati this evening following a brief period of illness. His last rites will be performed Later this evening, Dr. Deka, who was the principal of GMC for 14 years, was very popular among students and faculty members alike. So, former principal of Guwahati Medical College, Dr. Narendra Modi passed away at a hospital in Guwahati this evening following a brief period of illness. His last rites will be performed later this evening. Dr. Deka, who was the principal of GMC for 14 years, was very popular among students and faculty members alike. Alright, on to national focus now. A clash broke out between the Hindu community and the law enforcement forces in Bangladesh's port city of Chittagong over a Muslim trader's derogatory Facebook post against the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, or ISKCON, and Sanatana Dharma. The situation got tense in the port city's Hazari Gully on Tuesday night after trader Osman Molla's Facebook post calling ISKCON a terrorist organization sparked a row and protesters staged a protest outside his shop. According to sources, Molla was shifted to a safe custody. Later on Tuesday night, joint forces of police and army conducted an operation and attacked Hindu establishments, videos of which are now being widely circulated on social media. As for a Hindu community leader, joint forces raided Hazari Gully last night and arrested about 100 suspects. Some were released after questioning. As per report by the Bangla daily Pratham Alo, blank shots were also fired during the operation. Alright, we'll leave you with the top trending stories from across the globe in our Trending Now. Keep watching Northeast Live. A video which surfaced online is garnering a lot of attention among the public. The video showcases a man rescuing a kitten who was stuck in a building's tiny hole. The clip mentions that the kitten got stuck inside the hole for about a month. People have been hearing its mewing many times, but they could not find where it is coming from. A few kids in the neighborhood discovered the spot and threw some food inside the hole so that the kitten survived. Muhammad Ashik shared another clip in which he successfully rescued the kitten. Yuvraj Singh shared a video which went viral in quick time that captured a fan's impressive attempt at mimicking his iconic cricket shots played over the years. The fan flawlessly recreated Yuvraj's signature style, from his famous pull shots to his powerful sixes, earning widespread admiration online. Yuvraj, who was known for his powerful and elegant batting, especially his memorable 6 sixes in an over, was clearly impressed, giving the fan a shout-out on social media. Amid the frenzied coverage of the US election results, with Donald Trump projected to defeat Kamala Harris, viewers in the United States saw a unique ad on television, 30 Seconds of Silence. Calm, the popular sleep and meditation app, aired its commercial offering viewers 30 Seconds of Silence. The offbeat and quickly found its way to the internet as people took pictures of their TV screens and tagged the brand. Actress Akshara Singh posted a video recently which created a buzz among the fans. In the viral reel, Akshara was seen doing rituals for Chhat Puja. She mentioned that this was the first time she was doing the puja. In the start, she was seen doing rituals with wheat, washing those and spreading it under the sun to dry it. She was joined by another woman who taught her the rituals to be followed. frontman Chris Martin took a dramatic tumble during a show in Australia before emerging apparently unhurt from a hole in the stage. Video of the incident posted on social media showed Martin addressing the crowd at the Marvel Stadium in Melbourne as he walked around during a break between songs before suddenly disappearing from view. His fall appears to be broken by someone standing below the stage, and Martin soon returns to a standing position.
That's not bad. Thank you for catching me. Thank you guys. Holy shit, I was really a YouTube video. I couldn't get me a YouTube video. I got a great one.
A man paid with his life after he set on a powerful firecracker during a betting challenge with friends on Diwali night in Bangalore. A video of the incident has gone viral on social media. The man was under the influence when he agreed to take up the challenge from his friends. Local reports said all of them had drinks before they came out to burst firecrackers. Gone are the days when pranks used to be cool. A video was shared on social media where the said pranksters were seen making a fake Kala Jadoo related symbol on a road in their village. What happened next was something that everyone saw coming. The villagers living around the area were evidently left concerted, as seen in the video. The video was quick to go viral. However, the prank hardly made anyone laugh.
रियल लाइफ से लेकर रियल लाइफ तक। देखिए मनोरंजन जगत की हर खबर हर शुक्रवार, शनिवार और रविवार दोपहर 2:30 बजे और हर रात 11:30 बजे।
নিষ্টেলৰ হৈতে নে খেলা খেল
নহলে হ'ব স্বাস্থ্য ফেল
স্বাস্থ্যৰ হৈতে হেতালি নেখেলিব পতঞ্জলি ফিজিক্যালি ৰিফাইন্ড ৰাইচ ব্ৰান তথা সয়াবিন তেল আনক আৰু সুস্বাস্থ্য পাওক
বাটাকৰ নতুন গোলমাল স্যাৰ আলু পৰঠাত মাখন কেনেকৈ খানে নিমখীয়া বিস্কুটত বাটাৰী চমৎকাৰ নতুন ব্ৰিটানিয়া 50-50 গোলমাল টপ বাটাৰী বাইটছ
Sham Steel Flexi Strong TMT Bar.
কাৰণ TMT কেৱল ষ্ট্ৰেংথে নহয় ফ্লেক্সিবিলিটিও আছে
TMT Flexi Strong তেতিয়া ঘৰ হ'ব চিৰদিনৰ বাবে ষ্ট্ৰং
News to keep you ahead. Evening Prime every day at 7 p.m.
बॉलीवुड से लेकर हॉलीवुड तक रियल लाइफ से लेकर रियल लाइफ तक देखिए मनोरंजन जगत की हर खबर हर शुक्रवार, शनिवार और रविवार दोपहर 2:30 बजे और हर रात 11:30 बजे।
News to keep you ahead. Evening Prime every day at 7 p.m.